K-Pop Demon Hunters 2 is here, and we have to know everything about it. Today, we're gonna be watching a brand new K-Pop Demon Hunters 2 trailer and exposing all of the secrets in K-Pop Demon Hunters 2. So when you learn a brand new crazy secret about K-Pop Demon Hunters, you need to subscribe to this channel. So go grab a snack or even your favorite notepad, because today's video is gonna be super long and filled with so many secrets. Enjoy! All right, family, here we have Mystery Saja, and we're about to do the official face reveal! What does Mystery Saja look like behind that hair? Hello, Mr. Demon, what you got up there? Because your hair is so long, you could literally turn it into a skipping rope. Some say Mystery Saja hides his face because he has lots of secrets. Other people say he hides his face because he's insecure. And other people say it's because sometimes his hair gets a little greasy. It makes his whole face look like a stick of butter. We don't know the truth. But luckily today, family, I am here to tell you. But before I can show you the secret face reveal of Mystery Saja, I have so many other K-Pop Demon Hunter secrets for you today. Like the secret reveal of the K-Pop Demon Hunter's height. The secret reason why Rumi's hair looked like it looked like. And the real ages of all the K-Pop Demon Hunters. And then, of course, the never-before-seen secret face reveal of Mystery Saja. Secret number 1. How tall are the K-Pop Demon Hunters characters? How tall are these K-Pop Demon Hunter characters? Well, first things first, it came up as Rumi as the tallest at 164 centimeters or 5'4". I don't know if half of that height is coming from her hair, but girl, we love a tall queen. Next up on the chopping block is Mira, and she's coming in at the second tallest of 169 centimeters or 5'6". Maybe those strong muscles in her arms bumped her height up a couple inches, but we will never be 100% sure. Third tallest and technically the shortest is Zoey, coming in at 154 centimeters or 5 feet tall. And you might think, Alexia, 5 feet is kind of short. It's not that tall. And I will say, compared to the Saja boys, you are 100% right. Mystery Saja is the tallest Saja boy at 180 centimeters. And surprisingly, so is Ji-Nu. They are both 5'11", and that makes them tied. Coming in at the second height is Romance Saja for 177 centimeters or 5 feet 10. Then we got Baby Saja, who is of course the shortest at 175 centimeters or 5'9", which is still, to be honest, very tall. Wait a second, you're telling me there's somebody who's taller than both Ji-Nu and Romance Saja? And that's Abby Saja at 185 centimeters or 6 feet. Ooh, Ji-Nu and Romance, he got you beat, but only by 1 inch. What do you think, boys? Can your ego deal with it? Secret number 2. How Rumi's hair tells secrets.
Did you realize Rumi's hair low-key tells her whole story in K-Pop Demon Hunters? Like, it's not just a hairstyle.
No, I actually didn't know that, Mr. Narrator, sir. But please continue.
It's literally her emotional mood ring. At the start, her hair's always in this tight, perfect braid because she's trying so hard to keep everything together.
Oh, and be the perfect pop star. Yes, go on.
Demon side, her feelings, her whole image of being the perfect hunter.
Oh, Loki, I forgot about that. She's also a demon, so she's trying so hard to be perfect, but she thinks in her brain that she's not. She feels like she's lying to the world.
That braid is her armor, no cap. But the moment Zoey and Mira find out the truth, that she's a demon too, her hair goes full chaos. A messy, stressed out look that screams, I'm scared and everything's falling apart.
True! You were trying so hard to be perfect, and that's why you had perfect hair, but then when everything was ruined, no hairstylist could fix that, dude. Rumi, I love you. But no offense, that hair be looking like a pull-apart cheese string. Pieces everywhere.
By the end of the movie, when she finally accepts who she is, demon and all, her hair is back to looking good again. But this time, it's not about hiding, it's about confidence. She's not scared anymore.
And that was thanks to the rest of the hunrix girls and surprisingly, Ji-Nu. Ji-Nu. Because family, remember the part in the movie where Ji-Nu gave Rumi her soul back? That is also the exact same part of the movie that Rumi's hair went from purple cheese pulling string back to looking like the perfect thing. Because hunrix saved the world and took back the Han Moon. Secret number 3! The real ages of the K-pop Demon Hunters characters. Alright, let's start off with Rumi because we have to start with the main character, right? Rumi is 24 years old in the movie, and this was actually confirmed by the actual movie director herself. Rumi is 6 months older from her other hunrix sister, and her age actually represents a large part of her feelings in the movie, and that is being the older sister and all of the weight that role can sometimes carry. Rumi somewhat feels like she has to save the world all by herself because she is the oldest and some might say the wisest. And it definitely doesn't help that she's been hiding her real self of being a demon for so many years. At first, when Rumi found out she was a demon, her patterns weren't that much and they were very low key. They weren't sparkly, they weren't shiny, they were just a little bit purple and lower down on her body. But then when Rumi started getting older and her demon patterns started to spread, they got more noticeable, more shiny, more silvery. And this is when Rumi started to almost fully accept that she was gonna be an evil demon for the rest of her life. It wasn't until Rumi started to accept who she truly was that she ended up learning how to overcome all of the obstacles she was facing. Because family, life is not about hating who you are and wishing you were someone else. The real beauty in life is when you accept everything that you already are with love and acceptance and be grateful for how all of these different qualities you have make you unique. Next character, we got Mira, and she is the second oldest hunrix girl. Mira is also 24, but 6 months younger than Rumi. So although 6 months isn't that much of a time difference, technically she's still the middle child and Rumi is still the oldest sister. Mira is younger than Rumi, but she is still older than Zoey, and she actually takes quite a protective role over her in the movie. Since Zoey's a little bit younger and still trying to figure things out, Mira tries to help her out since Mira didn't actually get that help from her family when she was younger. 24 is an age where people are still discovering who they are and maybe even why Mira is still a little bit upset. She's very rebellious towards her family and how they didn't allow her become who she really wanted to be. So then she said, bye family, I am gonna go over here and let myself be free to be who I wanna be. And then next up we got Zoey, the youngest member of hunrix. Zoey is 22 to 23. She's definitely the most cutesy, bubbly one of the group, and that does kind of fit her age that she's shown in the movie. In the movie, it shows that she's still in high school, and she's also still really trying to discover who she is as a person. She's definitely a very large people pleaser in the movie, always trying to make everyone happy, but sometimes that ends up making Zoey not really happy with herself. It's also funny how she has these crushes in the movie on Mystery Saja, which is also very normal for somebody who's 22 to 23. It's just in Zoey's case, she's so cutesy and cuddly, she makes it look funny. Because girl, you are literally drooling at the mouth. We said you're 22 to 23, not a tiny little puppy. Close those lips, girl. You are getting puppy slobber everywhere. Even though Zoey is the youngest hunrix character of the whole group, her lyrics and her musical choices in the hunrix K-pop group actually show a lot of maturity. This makes Zoey not only fun, but also very unique. And of course, a very talented artist. Next up, we got Ji-Nu. Buddy, what are we gonna do with you? Ji-Nu, as we all know and may or may not love, is that he is a demon from up above. I mean, down below. Ji-Nu is the leader of the Saja boys, and since he is a demon, he is over 400 years old. Yes, family, I said that right. 400 years old. Or should I say years young in Ji-Nu's case? Because he's still got that baby face. Seriously, buddy, I need your skincare routine. What some people don't know about Jinu is he actually used to be a musician back when he used to be a human and not a demon yet. This actually makes his bond with Rumi even stronger because most people just think he's been a musician as the demon Saja boys, but they don't know that his core passion before he turned evil was also music, just like Rumi and the hunrix girls. Since we know that Jinu is 400 years old, it kind of makes us think a little bit different about him. Since he's lived through so many years in his life, this should technically make him a little bit more wise and be aware of what the world has to offer. He's gone through challenges, he's gone through heartbreak, he's gone through a lot of people who have came and gone. And I don't know, family, if that made his heart more strong or even weaker. His connection to Rumi in the movie gets very strong, and this is especially so since Jinu has seen so much in the world over these past 400 years, but still thinks that Rumi is very, very special. This means that Rumi is not somebody that you see every day. She's not the kind of person that you see all the time. She is special, she is unique, and she is definitely one of a kind. And let's not forget about how Rumi is also half demon, just like Jinu. But Jinu, you're not half demon, are you? You are full-blown 100% demon. And with every year that comes and goes, you seem to be getting more evil, sir. Just saying. Mystery Saja, you are next. So let's see how old you are, because up until this point, it's also been a mystery. Mystery Saja is actually the wild card of the group. We do not know lots about him. We don't even know what his face looks like because he always hides it with his hair. The specific age of Mystery Saja is actually undisclosed and never stated in the movie or by the director outside of the movie. So this means Mystery Saja could be 20 years old, he could be 30 years old, 50, 100 years old, or Mystery Saja could even run as deep as Jinu and be 400 years old, or maybe even older. 1,000-year-old Mystery Saja? Whoa, that's kind of creepy. I guess it low-key makes sense if his name is Mystery and his age is also a mystery too. But now that we know Zoey really likes Mystery Saja and kind of has a crush on you, it kind of changes everything. Mystery Saja, how old are you? We still have no idea, but we know that Zoey thinks he's roughly the same age as her because since he's a demon, he also doesn't age. Abby Saja is up next, and while he definitely looks slightly older than all the rest because he's so tall and so muscular too, his age is actually undisclosed too. It's a mystery, just like Mystery Saja. And since Abby Saja is also a demon, that means he could also secretly be very old too, and that would make it extra epic that Mira defeated the Saja boys in the end scene of the movie, because if Mira and hunrix are only 23, 24, and all of these demons are like 400, 500 years old, then that makes these hunrix girls very successful. They just beat people like 500 times older than you. That is a powerful crew. Family, Romance Saja is the next Saja boy that we still do not know how old they are. Some speculate that Romance Saja is actually older than the other Saja boys because since Romance Saja makes everything about love and lust, some people think that that makes Romance Saja somebody that you cannot trust. Because since he's been around the years for so long, 400 years plus, they think that all of the lovey-dovey stuff he does is actually fake, and it's actually just to manipulate people into doing exactly what he wants. Because family, we cannot forget Romance Saja, even though he looks nice and cute and very smiley too, at the end of the day, he is still a demon, and that means he has demon intentions too. Romance Saja, I am looking at you. I'm skeptical too. Baby Saja! Your name kind of says it all, but also kind of says nothing at the same time. Just like all the other Saja boys, Baby Saja is ageless and we have no idea how old he is. He definitely looks the youngest out of the group, but since he's a demon, we know that that's all fake too, and they're just making themselves look like that to trick us. Baby uses his cutesy baby face to get closer to other people in the world and also the hunrix girls. But this actually makes it even scarier for him because he uses this technique technique to trick people and then go around and fulfilling his demon plans. This kind of makes Baby Saja one of the most evil characters of the group because he is the one who's acting the least like himself. You are not no baby, bro. You are somebody 400 probably years old and still be crying for his mommy. NUGGY is the giant, most evil villain in all of K-pop Demon Hunters. He is definitely the oldest thing in this movie, and legend has it that he has been around for thousands and thousands of years. He has been causing issues in the world for thousands of generations, and somehow this dude can still not be stopped. He is trouble. He is everything wrong with this world. And since he's old and will probably never go oof, he takes his sweet time and tries to make everyone go boo. Like literally boo, because the whole world is falling apart and it's all thanks to you, NUGGY. Not cool, bruh. In the movie, we hear that there has been hunters trying to hunt down the demons for thousands and thousands of years. So that is proof right there of NUGGY's age and how he's been in power for so long and has not been stopped. But then we do know at the end of the movies, the hunrix girls were successful and took over the Han Moon. And that means, NUGGY, sorry for you. You ain't gonna get your happy ending too. Cause you're too evil. Then we got Celine. Celine is older than the hunrix girls, but we're not exactly sure of the exact age. We think Celine is around 40 to 50 years old because she used to be friends with Rumi's mommy while they were both hunters in the same group. But then after Rumi's mom's tragic accident and she went oof, Celine was the one who ended up taking care of Rumi and making sure nothing happened to you. Celine trains the new hunters of the next generation to be the strongest they can be, and since she takes care of Rumi, she knows all of the pain that Rumi's going through. Specifically, Celine is one of the only ones who knows what Rumi really is, aka half human, half demon. Celine is old enough to give good motherly advice, but Celine is also still young enough to still connect with the hunrix girls and understand exactly what they're going through. This makes Celine a very powerful character in the whole movie, and that's why we are very happy that she was the one who got to take care of Rumi. But we do miss Rumi's mommy though. Oh, family, it's so tragic. Celine cares so much about Rumi and the hunrix girls because she knows exactly what they went through, especially when she was their age. And that's why she tries to help them the best she can to fight off those demons, because that was something that Celine did not successfully do. Next up, we got Bobby's age, and we don't know exactly his age either, but we think it's somewhere in the 30s or 40s. Bobby is hunrix manager, and all he cares about is getting them on stage and off stage safely and making sure all of their concerts go smooth and their album sales go high. It's crazy because Bobby is probably the closest person to these three hunrix girls, but he's also one of the people who have no idea that they're hunters. He has no idea that there's even demons in this world, period, let alone that the three girls he manages have special magic powers. Knowing that information would make Bobby go crazy, and that is why it's almost for the best that Bobby only found out at the end of the movie who these girls really were and what their main goal is: to get rid of the demons! Family, which one of these characters and their age was your favorite? Comment down below. And that brings us to our next secret. Since you made it to the end of today's video, it is finally time, family, for our secret reveal. Secret number 4, Mystery Saja face reveal. Hello, Mystery Saja. It is time for you to get a haircut, and the haircut means shorter hair, which also means you're about to reveal to us what your face looks like from underneath. Okay, Mr. Hairdresser, let's get him a good haircut that's gonna show his face. Oh man, wait. These aren't showing his hair. We need to cut, not style. And here we go, family. The face reveal is starting. We're chopping off those ends. Smash like right now on today's video if you want to see the Mystery Saja face reveal, because it is finally time to see what it looks like. Come on, come on. 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Mystery Saja, is that you? Cause you look amazing, dude. Oh my gosh, I really want to be mad at you because you're actually evil and want the world to crash and burn. When you look like that, so perfect, it's kinda hard. What used to be a secret family of Mystery Saja's face is now no longer a secret anymore. Here is the final product of one of these Saja boys. And now it seems like Mystery Saja wants to show off his face to everyone. Family, I need you to comment down below in the comments what you think of this Mystery Saja face reveal. Because here we have Mystery Saja with his crush, Zoey. And you would think that he would be hiding his face. But look, he just scratched his head. I think he's thinking of Zoey. And he's even blushing too. Whoa. Mystery Saja? What are you doing? It looks like he moved away his hair so he can have more space to kiss Zoey in the face. Oh no. Secret demon number 1. We all know in K-pop Demon Hunters, Rumi is a half demon. And in the movie, it seems like Rumi is the only half demon in the whole entire world. But family, what if I told you this was not the case and there are even more half demons hidden all around this movie? Because there are secret hidden Easter eggs that I found inside that gives hard evidence that even more half demons are gonna show up in K-pop Demon Hunters 2. Guima is the evil character in K-pop Demon Hunters, and he is the main entity that controls all of the demons. But since Rumi is half human, half demon, why did Guima not know that Rumi was half demon until she met Jinu? Guima is able to control all of the humans who turned into demons in the movie, and he can actually summon them back to his demon land whenever he wants. But if this is the case, why was he never aware of Rumi being a demon, and why was he never able to control Rumi too? We see Guima bring Jinu back to his lair on many different times during the movie. For some reason, he can't do that same thing with Rumi. Guima actually admits in the movie that he cannot control Rumi and he cannot summon her whenever he wants. He can't even detect where she is. This is why the whole entire movie was about Guima trying to take over the hunters, and specifically Rumi, because deep down Guima knows that Rumi is powerful and might even be able to control Guima herself. A control freak being controlled by somebody else. Ooh, that's not good for you, Guima. So family, our first secret in today's video is if Rumi can go all this time being undetected and Guima not being able to control her, don't you think that there are more people in this world that Guima also can't detect either? Rumi is clearly not the only person that Guima can't control. So I think the real reason why Guima is so scared of Rumi is not because Rumi is the most powerful girl in the world, but actually because Rumi is just one small piece to this giant problem that Guima actually knows he has, which is losing control over all of these other secret half demons. There are more half demons in K-pop Demon Hunters too. I know there is. Do you? Secret demons number 2. In K-pop Demon Hunters, we do not know a lot about Rumi's demon father. The movie kind of makes it seem like Rumi's dad went oof. Or there's also another theory that Rumi's dad actually went into hiding, that he has either been captured by the demons and forced into prison, or maybe, just maybe, Rumi's dad is not a bad guy and he's actually good, so the evil demons could no longer control him. Whatever is the fate of Rumi's dad, we don't know just yet, but I'm sure we will dive more deeply into it in K-pop Demon Hunters 2. But family, this brings us to our second secret to find these half demons. And the way we're gonna do that is also from Rumi's dad. Because family, think about it. Rumi's dad has a kid named Rumi. Rumi is half demon. Do we know that Rumi is an only child, or does she have more brothers and sisters hidden inside of the world? world. If Rumi has any family at all, that automatically makes them half demon too. So Rumi could have brothers, sisters, maybe even cousins too. And she has no idea about them and their half demon past. So in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, there is a really good chance that Rumi finds more of her secret family she has no idea she had. And this will be a crazy opportunity to find out if these new family members are good or bad. So many more half demons. Secret Demons number 3. In K-pop Demon Hunters, we follow along the lives of Mira, Zoey, and Rumi, the trio of BFF hunters. And we also get to know a little bit more about their backstories of how they used to be as children. Although all 3 girls have very different upbringings, they all share one common theme. And that thing they share is that all of them had very tough childhoods that was very hard to see. It's really sad. I feel so bad because I don't want any of them to be upset. Unfortunately, all 3 of them come from very dysfunctional families, and specifically Rumi's dysfunctional family caused her to be a half demon herself. But if Rumi came from a dysfunctional family and that caused her to be a demon, don't we think that there are even more dysfunctional families in K-pop Demon Hunters 2 that we don't know about that have also caused their children to be half demons? Rumi's mom is a hunter and Rumi's dad is a demon, and you're telling me they're the only couple in the whole world who fell in love with somebody not 100% like themselves? There are definitely more human and demon relationships that we don't know about. Maybe even 2 half demons fell in love with each other too, who had a baby and then created 100% demon. Finley, there are so many possibilities of demons that could be created that we don't even know about. But what I do know is that Rumi's mom and Rumi's dad are not the only 2 people who fell in love human to demon, and that is something that needs to be explored in K-pop Demon Hunters 2. There are probably hundreds, if not thousands, of other half demons hidden inside of this world, and that will only make K-pop Demon Hunters 2 more interesting and more fun to try and find one. Or 100. Because let's be real, there's a lot. Secret Demons number 4. In K-pop Demon Hunters, we see a little bit of snippets of the demon world. This is the evil world where Guima controls all of the humans that turned into demons. And even though they might not want to listen to him, they literally and physically have no choice. Guima is just too strong. The scenes where we do see this evil demon world is usually when Guima is talking or trying to tell the Saja boys what to do. And we also see other little moments of all of the demons in the crowd. But we actually don't learn that much about the real demon world. Yes, Jinu has flashbacks of when he was a human and then turned into demon and what happened at that time. But other than that, and other than seeing the Saja boys plan evil things directly with Guima to try and defeat hunrix, we actually don't learn that much about what goes on in this secret demon world and what they do in their day-to-day life. So if we don't know much about these demons and we don't know much about the way that they live, it is very possible that there are so many other demons in this demon world that are just like Rumi. You're telling me every single demon in that world is 100% demon? How can every single one of you be 100% demon when I can't even figure out what I 100% want to eat for lunch? It's impossible! I know there are more half demons hidden inside of this demon crowd, and they are just waiting to jump out in K-pop Demon Hunters 2. And at that time, I will be ready for you. But please don't turn me into a demon. Secret Demons number 5. Just like there are probably way more half demons hidden inside of that demon world, there are probably so many other half demons that struggle with the same problems that Rumi struggles with too. A big problem in K-pop Demon Hunters was Rumi trying to accept the fact that she is half demon. She fights so hard to not be evil. All she wants to be is good. And at one point of the movie, we we think that the demon side of Rumi got way too strong and was gonna turn her completely evil forever. Rumi has amazing willpower and super strength, and when she found the strength in not only herself, but the strength of her BFFs and even Jinu too, that is when she felt strong enough to fight the evil Guima and not let the evil side of her win. Now family, not everyone is gonna have the same amazing support system that Rumi had from her BFFs and even her crush Jinu. So can you imagine what Guima would do to all of those other half demons if they don't have a support system too? Unfortunately, the reality is that these half demons probably let their evil demon side win. They let Guima crawl into them and affect their brains, and then their whole life will never be the same. So this means the next secret of these half demons in K-pop Demon Hunters is that not only are there more half demons hiding in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, but a lot of these half demons are gonna turn into 100% demons too. And then oopsie, your whole life went wrong. You're 100% evil now. And we know this because in K-pop Demon Hunters 1, the exact same thing almost happened to Rumi. Secret half demons number 6. There was a time in the K-pop Demon Hunter universe where hunters did not exist. Yes, hunters have been around for many years, and actually centuries if we're gonna go all the way back. Before Rumi, Mira, and Zoey, there was Rumi's mom and her 2 friends also. And then before that trio, there was another group of 3 girls, or maybe even boys, who were fighting the demons before too. But family, at some point in history, there was no hunters around to try and fight off these demons. And that would mean that these evil demons and even Guima had the opportunity to prey on these humans with nobody protecting them. That would give these evil demons and Guima so much more opportunity to turn regular humans into evil demons and even maybe half demons too. So that means this next secret is that there are so many more demons that didn't even have a chance to fight for themselves, dude. Depending on how long ago these humans turned into demons, they could have already potentially gone oof. Because we don't exactly know if every single demon ends up living forever. So there is a possibility that there are hundreds and maybe even thousands of demons who went undocumented that we do not and will never know about. In K-pop Demon Hunters 1, we do find out from Jinu that he is hundreds of years old, and same with Guima. So this is a tiny Easter egg and a clue that the demons could be living forever, but there is no way for us to be sure. Well, that is until we watch K-pop Demon Hunters 2 and the movie theaters. I'm so excited. Secret demons number 7. Family, this is the last secret of today's video and definitely the most shocking and maybe surprising too, because this secret might go against everything we've been taught in K-pop Demon Hunters 1 and everyone we know and love. We know we love all of the main characters in K-pop Demon Hunters like Mira, Zoey, and even Jinu. But what about one of our favorite characters, the main characters in the whole movie, Rumi? Yes, the girls have done their job at securing the Han Moon and making it golden again, but we all know that might not last forever. Rumi almost got taken away from her evil side and turned completely evil, but for as of right now, she is still good and protecting the human world, along with her BFFs Mira and Zoey, of course. But family, look at this. We all know that Rumi is half demon, right? Do we not? And no matter how much Rumi or her godmother Celine want to change that about herself, this is something that cannot be undone. Rumi is gonna be a half demon for the rest of her life, and even her crush Jinu will forever be a demon too. So family, what does this mean for you? Well, it means that if our favorite characters Rumi and Jinu ever fall in love and get married in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, if they they end up having babies. These babies are gonna be demons too! Our favorite character having the most special and most loving part of her life is gonna be destroyed by knowing that whatever she brings into this world, there is gonna be a little bit or maybe even a lot of evil in that baby. If Rumi marries someone else who's a regular human, the baby's gonna be a quarter demon. Or maybe even Rumi will get married and have a baby with someone who is a secret hidden demon. And then all of their babies are gonna be secret demons too. Oh, family, whatever you do, Rumi, it's gonna be cursed. And that is exactly why there are gonna be so many secret hidden demons in K-pop Demon Hunters too. Family, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you? Mira and Zoey's secret number 1. We all know from K-pop Demon Hunters 1 that Rumi's mom was a past hunter. And after Rumi's mom unfortunately went oof, another girl from Rumi's mom's demon hunter group named Celine then ended up taking care of Rumi and practically taking over the role as her mom. So this makes it very obvious why Rumi would be the next hunter of the next generation. But with Mira and Zoey, we have no idea why they became hunters. They weren't related to any famous hunters from the past that we know of. They don't have any fathers who used to be demons, which would give them a very good reason to want to be a hunter. So why on earth did Mira and Zoey get chosen to be the next hunters out of the whole entire world alongside Rumi? This is something that needs to be exposed in K-pop Demon Hunters 2. So when that day comes, Mira and Zoey, I will be looking at you through these very fake and very dirty glasses. Family, make sure you watch the end of today's video to see what happened to Jinu after K-pop Demon Hunters 1. Is he still alive? Did he actually go oof? Well, make sure you watch the end of today's video for the real scoop. Wait a second, secrets and real ice cream? Score. Mira and Zoey's secret number 2. In K-pop Demon Hunters 1, Rumi, Mira, and Zoey are the 3 BFFs. They do everything together, they rely on each other, and most importantly, they completely trust each other. But family, we know from K-pop Demon Hunters 1 that at the end of the movie, this trust between the friends came crashing down. Rumi had been hiding an insanely big secret the whole time from Mira and Zoey. Their whole goal as hunters is to hunt down the demons. But Mira and Zoey had no idea that Rumi is a demon herself. Crazy, I know, what a flippin' plot twist. And that is why in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, will Mira and Zoey even be able to trust Rumi again? Cause I don't know, family, what do you think? My friend was keeping a secret, let alone a chocolate chip cookie from me. That would already be enough for me to get very angry. So to hide that you've been a demon this whole time, when the demons are the ones we're trying to take out? I don't know. That would be a lot. So in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, the trust is gonna somehow need to be grown back. Because yes, at the end of the movie, Mira, Zoey, and Rumi all come back together and fight Guima. And low-key, they do succeed. But at the same time, family, yes, you can take away the demons. Yes, you can take over the Han Moon. But family, do you really think that Zoey and Mira are just gonna magically forget what Rumi just did to you? Like, Rumi, I love you. And I do understand why you did what you did, but that don't really change the fact that it was still kind of shady. If you're best friends with someone, doesn't that mean you tell them everything? So going forward in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, Rumi, you are gonna have to be more honest, dude. That's all I got to say for that. Mira and Zoey's secret number 3. Since we just found out that Rumi was secretly a demon and didn't tell anybody, and somehow she's still able to fight the other demons off and fight Guima, what do we honestly think that means for Zoey and Mira? Since Mira and Zoey and Rumi are so close and have done everything together up until this point, do you think that at some point point? Mira and Zoey are gonna become demons too? Now hold on. I'm not saying that Mira and Zoey are gonna magically want to become demons just out of the blue. But family, think about it this way. When you're a hunter and fighting off so many demons all the time, literally your whole life, it's very possible that at one point you might become a demon too. I mean, hey, just look at what happened to Ji-Nu. He was a regular human and then became a demon too. And so did literally every other demon in this movie. Now, I would love to see in K-Pop Demon Hunters 2 a bigger story about Mira and Zoey and how they either fought to not become demons and their story around that, or how they ended up becoming demons just like Rumi too, and how they turn evil or continue to try and save the world just like Rumi always has. Now family, we know by the end of the movie, Rumi was really struggling with her human part versus her demon part. Almost like the demon voices inside of her started to take over and she was going really crazy. It wasn't until Ji-Nu ended up giving Rumi his soul from his body to her, because Ji-Nu said Rumi was actually the person who helped him get his soul back. So it was almost like a pay it forward kind of thing. You helped me re-find my soul, so I'm gonna give you a soul back too. Almost like an even exchange at a grocery store when you want cereal but then have to give money to actually end up getting it. I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, kind of creepy. Ugh. Mira, Zoey, please don't become demons, but if you do, I would love to watch you, because that would be a great second movie, duh. Mira and Zoey's secret number 4. Let's talk about boyfriends. Now, we all know from K-Pop Demon Hunters 1 that the main love interest in the movie was Rumi and Juni. They kind of had an on-again, off-again kind of love. They liked each other, then they didn't, then they kind of did, then they hated each other. Then Ji-Nu sent Derpy over to talk to Rumi to make sure she still talked to Ji-Nu. It was confusing. And then even at the end, we kind of see that they still like each other, but then Ji-Nu ends up sacrificing himself technically for Rumi. So, in K-Pop Demon Hunters 2, what have we not explored yet, ladies? Well, that is your love interest too. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on the internet on who the internet ships with who. People like Abby Saja for Mira, and they like Mystery Saja for Zoey. You can definitely see that they have crushes on them in K-Pop Demon Hunters 1, but the real question is, in K-Pop Demon Hunters 2, are we gonna see some more love couples too? Because I actually made a video about Zoey and baby Saja instead of Mystery Saja. If you want to go see that video, check it out after you finish watching today's video, because you need to know what I'm saying in this video first before you see that. It will probably make a lot more sense. And Abby Saja goes with Mira the best, probably because they're both super tall. And I honestly think that's the main reason why they're together. So in K-Pop Demon Hunters 2, Mira and Zoey, are y'all gonna get a boo? Because the second movie needs to focus on that. I loved hearing all about Rumi from K-Pop Demon Hunters 1, but I really did miss learning more about Mira and Zoey, because I think they're such interesting characters. Mira is the tough, strong one who got put in a box from her parents since she was a child, and Zoey is the cute, bubbly one who is always trying to people please. So do you think they would bring those same personalities into their respective relationships if they start dating members of the Saja boys? Or do you think if they date the Saja boys that their personalities are gonna completely change and they're gonna transform into brand new people? Well, that is something we're gonna have to wait for until we see K-Pop Demon Hunters 2. Mira and Zoey's secret number 5. The first movie showed Rumi, Mira, and Zoey doing a lot of stuff together, like fighting off demons, trying to save the world, trying to make the best new single for their pop band, and also just relaxing together, trying to be good friends. But since there was so much going on in K-Pop Demon Hunters 1, like the world literally almost exploding, we didn't really get to see so much of the behind the scenes of all of their friendship and what it's truly like to live with each other? I mean, yes, we saw their beautiful penthouse in that giant building. Their ceilings practically go just as high up as the sun, and there is endless space in their place for so many activities. So in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, it would be really cool to see more behind the scenes of what they're doing when they're not trying to save the world and when they're not being super mega famous pop stars. I would love to know what it's like living with Rumi. A day in the life of the huntrix girls. Maybe on their days off, what they do when they're relaxing, other than going to the bathhouse. Do they have a puppy? Do they go on walks? What is their morning routine like? What kind of food do they eat? Does Mira snore? Is Zoey scared of the dark? Is Rumi a control freak that needs everything clean? These are all small details that make very big differences in their personalities as the main characters of this movie. So that is something we need to see in K-pop Demon Hunters 2. Family, comment down below which huntrix character you would most want to live with if you could pick any three of them. Would you live with Mira, Zoey, Rumi? Or would you pick the Saja boys instead? Comment down below and I'll heart your comment if I agree. Mira and Zoey's secret number 6. So now that we know that we need to hear more about the huntrix personalities in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, we also need to know about their inner struggles. Now, Rumi's struggles are very obvious to see in the movie because it's shown on the outside of her body as the demon patterns all over her arms and her neck too. So we know that Rumi is struggling inside with knowing that she's a demon, but hiding it from the rest of the world. And worst of all, hiding it from the two people who she's closest to, her two best friends. So in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, since we're taking a better and more detailed look at Mira and Zoey, we need to know what Mira and Zoey's inner demons are, because we already know what Rumi's outer demons are. I mean, look at her, family. It's all over her. We know Mira struggles from being put inside of a box from her childhood from her parents. So does this mean she feels like she could never express herself as a kid? Because of that, was she very quiet and keeping to herself? Did she feel like her whole family hated her because she didn't fit in? Is that why she's so tough and angry all the time now? Because she has built up resentment from her childhood? And Zoey, everything she did seemed like it was never enough. She wanted to impress her family so bad, but nothing seemed to work. So now she spends her whole life trying to impress others. Does it make Zoey feel like she can't speak up and say anything because no matter what she's gonna say, it's gonna be wrong? Does Zoey just plainly feel like she doesn't belong no matter where she goes? In K-pop Demon Hunters 2, we need to know what's going on the inside of the brains of these two and almost take a magnifying glass and check it out for ourselves. Mira and Zoey's secret number 7. K-pop Demon Hunters 1 revolved around the lives of the three huntrix girls, and when they were around 20-something years old, Rumi is the oldest, then it goes Mira, and then Zoey is the youngest. But in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, it would be great to see these characters grow up too. Maybe see them fall in love, get married, have a baby. Oh my, I think I'm gonna start to cry. What the chicken nugget would we do if Rumi ends up being pregnant? Can you still fight off evil demons when you're pregnant? Is that gonna affect the baby? Is the baby gonna be born and then automatically turn into a hunter too? And what about you, Gnu? Are you gonna help out with the baby too? Because right now it just looks like you're playing video games and getting very angry. It's not the baby's fault you're bad at Call of Duty. To be honest, your only duty is to go pick up after your baby's duty, because seriously, their diaper stinks. Hey! Baby Nuggy, I'm not talking about you for once. In K-pop Demon Hunters 2, it would be amazing to see the next generation of hunters get started. And if Rumi, Mira, and Zoey, all three of them had their own babies, then that would mean we could have the next roster of hunters right there. Would they be BFFs just like Rumi, Zoey, and Mira already are? Or could the three originals and the three babies come together and create a team of 6 different hunters that would make them extra powerful against the demons, if the demons ever come back? Because that is something else we have to figure out in K-pop Demon Hunters 2. Since you made it to the end of today's video, I have the bonus secret for you right now. What happened to Ji-Nu after K-Pop Demon Hunters 1? Well, what we know is that at the end of the movie, Ji-Nu actually gave his soul away to Rumi to help her and all of hunrix defeat Guima for real. Ji-Nu told Rumi that she was the one who actually helped him find his soul again, because up until then, before her, Guima literally sucked it out of him. So we see this crazy scene of Ji-Nu giving his soul away to Rumi, which gives her all this extra power and allows them to finally take over the Han Moon. And although it looks like at the end of this scene, Ji-Nu is disintegrating into thin air, maybe going back to his demon layer, it's not exactly clear what happened to him and if he actually died or not. So let's think about this. Ji-Nu turned into a demon and then his soul directly went to Guima. Guima held Ji-Nu's soul for over 400 years. And then all of a sudden, Rumi comes along, allows Ji-Nu to finally feel good about himself and take away all his guilt. At least most of it, that is. And now that allowed Ji-Nu to magically get his soul back and have enough strength within himself to fight away Guima. Guima has been controlling him for over 400 years. Now all it took was a little bit of self-confidence to get his control of his whole life back? Well, family, if Ji-Nu can do that, think about all the other characters and demons who can do that too. So no, I do not think Ji-Nu is dead. I do not think he's gone at all. I think he's just temporarily back in Guima's lair, but now it's going to be completely different because now Ji-Nu knows exactly what to do when any evil spirit is trying to control him. Yes, Guima is gone for now, but this is a very important piece of information because in K-Pop Demon Hunters 2, if Guima or any other evil demon / evil monster spirit comes back, this means that not only the hunters, but also the demons and real life people can make sure something so bad and so evil never takes over their world again. Whoa! I can't wait for K-Pop Demon Hunters 2! Starting with secret number 1, Rumi's parents. We know from K-Pop Demon Hunters 1, Rumi's parents unfortunately went oof. Rumi's mom went oof during childbirth and unfortunately also fell in love with a demon. That is why Rumi is half hunter, half evil demon, and she spends the whole first movie trying to fight that away. All Rumi wants is to do good and save the world, but she is very conflicted in her head because half of her is good, but she knows deep down half of her is technically evil. In movie 1, Celine took care of Rumi just like her own mom, but since she's not the biological mother of Rumi, we know nothing about her real parents. So in K-Pop Demon Hunters 2, we could be getting a full backstory of Rumi's real parents and why Rumi's mom decided to fall in love with a demon. I mean, family, people fall in love with demons all the time, every day. But the difference between them is sometimes in real life, you don't know if people are actual demons. They just get really good at hiding it. So maybe that was the case with Rumi's mom. Maybe she didn't know that this guy she was falling in love with was a demon until it was too late. Or was Rumi's mom also secretly evil and wanted the world to crash and burn just like her husband? Well, family, these are secrets we need to know in K-Pop Demon Hunters 2. And that is why we are moving on to secret number 2 right now. Family, make sure you watch the end of today's video because if you do, I have a very bonus secret for you. There is going to be a brand new villain in K-Pop Demon Hunters 2, and I'm gonna tell you who that is. Watch the end of today's video! Secret number 2 is all about romance. In K-Pop Demon Hunters 1, we saw the romance between Ji-Nu and Rumi. They hated each other, they liked each other, they were shy, they were awkward. You think they're the perfect fit, and then a couple scenes later, you see all of the reasons why they will absolutely never ever work. I mean, I even fell for it too. I thought they were cute. I thought they were in love. I thought they were meant to be. But family, it turns out that not everything is squeaky clean, especially not love. And that is why in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, we might just be getting more stories of more romances other than Rumi and Jinu, like Mira falling in love with Abby Saja and Zoey falling in love with Mystery Saja. In K-pop Demon Hunters 1, they kind of hinted that they had crushes on all of these Saja boys. We knew the girls had a little bit of butterflies in their tummy. But family, in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, the biggest thing we need to know is if Mira or Zoey are gonna have babies in their tummies. Because if the girls end up with the Saja boys, eventually they're gonna have a family. Maybe even a family of baby chicken nuggies. Just like this baby nuggie that you can get at shopalexia.com. And you don't even gotta be pregnant. Win-win. In K-pop Demon Hunters 2, we need to know more of these love stories between the hunrix and the Saja boys. And not to mention what happened at the end of K-pop Demon Hunters 1, where Rumi lost Jinu forever. We need to know if Jinu is coming back for Rumi in K-pop Demon Hunters 2. Because family, you know what they say, if two people love each other, they will always find their way back to each other. So come on, Jinu. Let's see what you're going to do. Because yes, some people might say you've gone oof. But if you were really in love with Rumi, you would come back from the dead. Duh. If not, he didn't like her in the first place. Because we know demons can travel time. Don't be lazy, Jinu. If you can bicker and fight Guima all day, then I'm pretty sure you can make a trip back to Earth to make Rumi's day. Secret number 3! One of my favorite secrets of K-pop Demon Hunters number 2. This secret is for the magical mystical creatures that Jinu keeps bringing to Earth. When Jinu was first trying to talk to Rumi and get her on his side, he brought along this magical tiger and that magical bird. Wait, is that a tiger or just a really big cat? Comment down below what you think, tiger or cat? Because honestly now, I don't know. But other than the fact that they're bright and would be a very good traffic light, we know nothing about them. We don't know these creatures' past. We don't even know if they're technically good or evil. We don't know how old they are. We don't know their names. Low-key, we don't even know if they're demons too. We can kind of suspect that they are since they technically do work for Jinu, but we don't know that for sure. And that is why in K-pop Demon Hunters number 2, we need to find out more about you. Come on, little tiger, why is your eyes yellow? Were you born like that or just squeeze in too much lemon juice? And what about you, three-eyed bird? I know you stole that tiny hat from your friend over here. Why do you got a bullseye drawn on your wing? It's almost like you want people to attack you. Or is that just a very impractical style choice that might get you hit with the Nerf blaster? But that is out of my control. You do you, little bird call. I don't even like birds anyways. Family, comment down below if you like birds too, because personally, I am so freakishly scared of birds, you don't even have an idea. Why are their beaks so long? Why can they peck away at you like somebody sticking a sharp fork in your heart? It's like they got a built-in weapon inside of their head at all times, and that makes me nervous. Secret number 4, it is time to talk about the past hunters. Now family, we know from K-pop Demon Hunters 1 that the current hunters are Rumi, Zoey, and Mira. They explain in the movie that over time a new set of trio hunters are born, and the duty of these hunters is to save the world from all of the demons. But before Rumi, Mira, and Zoey were selected to be the current hunters of today, before them there were other hunters that we know nothing about. We do know that one of the past hunters was Celine, who ended up being Rumi's new mommy and caretaker and taught Rumi everything she knew. But other than knowing Celine was the hunter before Rumi, we don't even know who was in her group. We don't know why Celine was chosen. We don't know why Rumi was chosen either. All we know is that these hunters changed time and time again over multiple generations. And in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, it would be incredible to hear more of the backstories of these past hunters and if they succeeded or not. Because the main goal of the hunters is to fight the demons away from the world. So we don't know how successful they were in the past or how much worse the world might have been if these hunters weren't hunting the demons correctly. This would be something so interesting to learn about, especially since in K-pop Demon Hunters 1, there are so many demons you cannot even count them. So to see the backstory in K-pop Demon Hunters 2 of a world with no demons at all, and then see the demon population grow and grow and grow, that would definitely be a movie that I would want to see, bro. That sounds crazy. Secret number 5, Gui Ma. We all know that Gui Ma is like the alpha of all demons. He is the main giant demon that controls all the other demons in the movie. We know that Gui Ma is stuck in this demon world, slipping through the cracks of his giant lair, sending out these smaller demons to do all of the work for him to hopefully one day release himself from this weird demon cage. We know that Gui Ma has been there for centuries of time and actually outlived all of the other hunters that tried to fight him in the past. But in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, we need to learn more about Gui Ma and where you came from, bruh. Because I know you're a demon, but why are you being so secretive? Nobody likes a liar, bro. And honestly, nobody really likes a demon either. So no wonder he's so mad. He has literally nothing going for him except a full army of demons that will literally follow his every move. Guess it's not that bad to be an alpha demon. In K-pop Demon Hunters 1, they show us clips of past hunters, but they never show past clips of past Gui Ma. We don't know if Gui Ma was a different shape in the past. We don't know how he reached this final form. Is he even in his final form right now? Or is he gonna grow bigger and bigger and bigger as he gains more demons from the real world? Did Gui Ma used to be a regular human? How was Gui Ma chosen to be the alpha of all demons? Was there an Olympic-style competition to win top demon? Or was Gui Ma chosen by an even higher up demon who has control of him? Family, these are all secrets that we need to know in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, and I can't wait for that movie. Secret number 6, Jinu's past. In K-pop Demon Hunters 1, we kind of get to know a little bit about Jinu's past. We know at one point he wasn't a demon and had a mom and a sister that he took care of. But the problem with Jinu's past in K-pop Demon Hunters 1 is that we hear 2 completely different stories. On one hand, Jinu says that he loved his family and did everything to take care of them. But on the other hand, we hear a completely conflicting story about how Jinu completely abandoned them and sold his soul to Gui Ma. Family, if this is true, that would mean that Jinu willingly became a demon so he can benefit from all of the positives that come along with being a demon. Family, I don't know about you, but that sounds very selfish to me. And if I was Rumi, I would remember that next time I see his hair whipped nicely in the wind. Because then I would think to myself, yes, is he attractive? But did he also willingly become a demon, lose his family, willingly leave his family, and is probably a terrible and very evil person? It might be the second option. Jinu is definitely one of the most interesting characters in all of K-pop Demon Hunters 1. So that is why in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, knowing more about Jinu's demon past would be so interesting. When Jinu first became a demon, was he happy? Was he living the life? Was he celebrating with all of his evil demon friends? Or was the guilt eating him alive, remembering his mom and his sister that he left? Whichever one it was, those would be two very interesting stories to have in K-pop Demon Hunters 2. And G knew I would really love to hear all of those stories from you. So if you could please stop being a demon for a couple seconds and become my personal storyteller, that would be great. Because family, you are never too old for somebody to read you a bedtime story. And if somebody says you're too old for that, then tell them, sorry bro, I guess you're just too old for me. Bye! And speaking of our other favorite characters past, family, we have made it to secret number 7. And that is the very secret, very confidential, very limited past that we know of Zoey and Mira, the other two hunrix girls. We know little bits of both Zoey and Mira's personality from K-pop Demon Hunters 1. We know Zoey is vibrant and bubbly and really tries hard not to people please all the time. And we know Mira is tough and strong and will probably give you a big old smack if you tell her she don't belong. Sometimes Mira feels out of place too. All the hunrix girls, Zoey, Mira, and Rumi came together because they all somewhat felt like they didn't belong in the world. But when they all came together and created hunrix, everything started to make sense. They all had a shoulder to cry on, or in Mira's case, a shoulder to smack on. But family, in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, it would be incredible to hear more about Mira and Zoey and what their childhoods were really like. Why is Zoey so bubbly all the time, and why does she feel the need to impress everyone all of the time? Is it because of her parents? Is it because of some tragic accident? Well, family, if I told you I wasn't curious, I would be lying. I need to know. And what about you, Mira? Why are you so tough? Were your parents tough on you as a kid? Or did your parents abandon you and that's why you feel like you have to be so tough all the time just to survive? These are all backstories and secrets that need to be in K-pop Demon Hunters 2. Family, smash like on today's video right now if you agree. And if you can't wait for K-pop Demon Hunters 2 to be released. Family, since you made it to the end of today's video, I have a bonus secret for you. And this is the secret of who the next villain will be in K-pop Demon Hunters 2. Now, since K-pop Demon Hunters 2 has not been released yet, we don't know for sure who the villain is gonna be, but we do have a lot of speculations, and I'm gonna tell you the top 3 choices right now. Choice number 1 would be none other than Rumi's father, because we already know he was a demon when he was still alive. Or plot twist, family, Rumi's father might still be alive and still a demon to this day, and that's why he would be the perfect villain for this K-pop Demon Hunters sequel. Option number 2 would be a completely new Saja boy character. They can add an extra K-pop star into the Saja boys to maybe even replace Jinu also. To maybe even replace Jinu, because we all know what happened to him at the end of K-pop Demon Hunters 1, don't we? This would be a perfect new villain that could create all kinds of new drama and horror for the whole world. And since everybody already loves the Saja boys, nobody would expect it. And now our last option is probably the craziest option that we have so far. And that would be, what if the next villain in K-pop Demon Hunters 2 was, hear me out, a rogue hunter? Yes! A hunter that was made to do better for the world and save them, who somehow, some way turned evil, and now instead of helping the world, wants to destroy it! Family, that would be the craziest plot twist of K-pop Demon Hunters 2. Let me know in the comments if you think too. In the movie K-pop Demon Hunters, hunrix ended up defeating the evil demons and Guima and took back the Han Moon. Woohoo! Good job, Rumi! Good for you! This is the first time in centuries that the demons are not ruling the land. So it's safe to say Rumi, Mira, and Zoey are not only an amazing band, but also amazing demon hunters. All of the hunters before them were not able to accomplish all of the things that these 3 girls have. So that means they're on a roll to do more and more positive things in the world, because everybody is waiting to see what hunrix will do next. Family, in today's video, we are unlocking secrets in K-pop Demon Hunters 2 and all the new magical powers that they're going to unlock. Secret power number 1. We all know from K-pop Demon Hunters 1, Rumi, Mira, and Zoey all had their own weapons that were made specifically for them. Now, some say these weapons were chosen specifically for hunrix by the Han Moon, meaning that whatever personality each individual had, they got a specific weapon tailored for them. Rumi has a 4-tiger sword, Mira has a curved moon sword, and Zoey has spirit knives. These weapons were a very big part in defeating the evil demons NUGGY in the first movie and allowing them to take back the Han Moon. My family, we even see something very special at the end of the first movie, and that is Rumi's 4-tiger sword growing even bigger and bigger, and definitely more strong, which allowed her to be able to slice open Guima and get away from his evil and powerful grasp. Now, since this is an exact example on how Rumi's sword was morphing and changing to help her accomplish her mission, we can most definitely expect that something like this is going to happen again in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, but this time not only with Rumi's weapon, but with Mira and Zoey's too. We all know that the Han Moon might not be recovered forever, so that means at any point, at any time, something could go very, very wrong. And that means Mira, Zoey, and Rumi have to be equipped with the best weapons and best skills ever to keep protecting the whole entire world. What is Mira's weapon gonna change into? What about Zoey? What are you gonna do? Family, comment down below right now what tools you think hunrix and even the Saja boys are gonna get in K-pop Demon Hunters 2. Secret power number 2. Okay, family, this one might excite you a lot, because I know it excited me, because this next magical power is about animals. Okay, we all know and love the animals from K-pop Demon Hunters 1, Derpy the tiger and Sussy the bird. Because we can't forget that Derpy and Sussy were kind of the only reason why Rumi ended up meeting up with Jinu anyways, and they talked by themselves privately. Rumi didn't want to talk to Jinu. He is on the opposite team. He's evil, he's rude. But then when Rumi saw that cutesy tiger come along, she said, "Hey there, little fella. I'll fly with you." And then the rest was history. Rumi fell in love with Sussy and Derpy as animals because how could you not? Look at them. They're cutesy, they're loving, and they're also magical. Actually, my dream. That is literally my dream. And then even at the very end of the movie, we see Sussy and Derpy just chilling on top of this building, making sure Rumi and hunrix are okay while they roam the streets and talk with these loving fans. But now since the Han Moon is taken over by hunrix and Jinu low-key went oof, it's most likely that Sussy and Derpy are gonna be owned by Rumi, and she's gonna turn into their main caretaker. Now, family, we saw Rumi fall in love with these animals in the first movie, but I don't think they could be the only animals we love. Because family, imagine this. What if Mira and Zoey both had their own style of magical animals too? And then it ends up having more and more animals in the crew. And it's like a giant party of animals that we get to party with too. And maybe have to ruin some demons' lives too. But they can help fight, or at least offer us some emotional support. Derpy helps Rumi travel long distances, and Sussy helps Rumi by flying ahead and scouting out any danger. So they are no doubt about it, very valuable members of the hunrix squad. So imagine if we have more animals in K-pop Demon Hunters 2. They can help hunrix, Mira, and Zoey even more now too. That would be the ultimate squad. Smash like on today's video if you want to see more animals in K-pop Demon Hunters 2. And comment down below your favorite animal. Secret power number 3! We know that Huntrix has trained basically their whole lives to be the ultimate K-pop demon hunters. Like, quite literally, they have trained their whole lives to hunt demons. And how did they do this? A very large part about it was from Celine, Rumi's new mommy, after her original mom unfortunately went oof. And we know that training had various different things attached to it, like physical training to be strong, vocal training to be famous and rich, and also a lot of other things that I'm sure Celine taught Huntrix to be the ultimate K-pop band to have the best chance at defeating the evil Guima. Now, family, we know Rumi, Mira, and Zoey have voices of literal angels. They sound amazing. They have the best songs. But family, can you imagine if in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, Huntrix's voice had brand new special powers that would help the girls fight against these demons even more? We already know they sound amazing, but what if those amazing sounds also help the demons fall to the ground? Bye-bye, evil demon! Hope you enjoyed the last concert of your life. Because I'm hoping that's what Rumi would say if that happened. The demons are evil! Secret powers through Huntrix's voice would be insane. And it would be even cooler if in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, we wouldn't only see voice training from Celine, also maybe even more athletic training, like seeing them run or lift heavy weights. Because we know some of the Saja boys, like Abby Saja, are very strong and have lots of muscles. So these smaller girls need to compete. We cannot have a repeat of K-pop Demon Hunters 1, because that battle between Huntrix and the Saja boys was definitely too close. Secret power number 4! We know how powerful Rumi is in the first K-pop Demon Hunters movie. She's a hunter. She is most definitely stronger than most humans. And also, did we forget? She's half demon! So clearly, Rumi has done a very good job at hiding secrets from us for a very long time. So family, I can bet that in K-pop Demon Hunters 2, Rumi will reveal of more secret powers that she might have been keeping inside. Rumi's magic powers are very similar to the magic powers of the Saja boys. They're both strong, they both have magic, and they both have a squad who is ready to back them up if anything goes wrong. So the only real thing that was separating Rumi from the Saja boys is that Rumi has a much more real world experience because she has lived on the earth for a lot longer than these demons have. Because let's not forget, all of these demons used to be humans, but unfortunately their lives got cut short because Guima stole them and took them to the underworld, or overworld, or wherever the chicken nuggy that demon world belongs. Right now it's unconclusive. With the second movie coming, we have no idea what brand new problems are gonna happen in there. And if there are more problems, then that means Rumi has to find more solutions to make these problems go away. We don't know what's gonna happen, but what we do know is that these demons are only gonna get smarter and smarter and more evil if they ever are able to crawl their way back. So that means Rumi is gonna have to be on her A game and learn brand new powers that she's gonna bring with her to K-pop Demon Hunters 2. And now, Rumi, I can't wait to see you and all the brand new magic tricks that you're gonna learn. Secret power number 5! This next magic power might be the most powerful of any of the magic we've heard in today's video. We all know from K-pop Demon Hunters 1 that Guima completely shatters the Han Moon before Rumi ends up defeating him. This is when all of the humans and even all of Huntrix's minds were getting taken over by Guima, and we started to think that maybe these characters were gonna turn evil and even into demons forever. Guima was consuming all of their minds, basically hypnotizing them. until finally Rumi, Mira, and Zoey got back together as hunrix and finally defeated them for good. And all of the love from all of the fans in the stadium, and even very shockingly the help of Jinu going against his own master Guima too. All of the energy from all of this positivity starts building up and building up, and then hope is finally restored, and they successfully created a new Hanmoon. All of this new energy surrounds hunrix, and it's this beautiful shade of light glowy blue. And hunrix uses all of this force and all of this energy to finally defeat Guima, and then it stays on top of the world as a protective barrier. Now family, something that most people don't notice from this change of Hanmoon is that the color of this protective barrier actually changed from when Guima was in power to now hunrix securing the new Hanmoon. The new color of this protective barrier is actually the color of Rumi's new demon patterns. So it's very interesting to see if this brand new Hanmoon is gonna give Rumi brand new magic powers. The hunrix girl marked this period in time as a completely new chapter for the world, and a brand new chapter means brand new magic. So family, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next. The girls are gonna need the most strength they've ever had to keep this brand new Hanmoon secured. So I'm sure with a little help of these new Hanmoon magic power-ups, we're gonna see some new magic in this world. Secret power number 6. Okay, hunrix, you have secured the Hanmoon. You're back to being BFFs with your two best friends. You've defeated the evil demons. But let me ask you, what is next? Because if I know anything about these three girls, it's that they are not gonna stop until the job is fully done. So if they think this world might even be in a little bit of danger, then family, these ladies are going to run. They care so much about protecting all of the humans in this world. They have so much love to give. And with this generosity and all of this love, family, it is not out of the question that these three magical girls are gonna spread their magic with others. Yes, that is right. These girls are so generous, so nice, that I bet they're gonna want to share all of their positive magic with other people and try and help them be magical too. Because family, remember, there is power in numbers. And if these three girls are the only magical girls in the whole world that have not already turned into demons, that might be hard to keep the Hanmoon secured and make sure no more demons come in. But if they share their magic with others, and now there are so many other humans who act as brand new hunters, that would be so much extra help to keep these demons down. It went from a squad of 3 to a squad of 3,003. And I don't know about you, family, but I like those mathematical odds. Will regular humans become magical hunters in K-pop demon hunters too? Well, I don't know, family. What do you think? Comment down below. If you liked today's video, smash like and subscribe to AnythingAlexia right now before we hit 10 million subscribers. Click any video right here for the next AnythingAlexia episode. And click right here to go get Baby Nuggy and Saucy Nuggy plushies at shopalexia.com. Me and all the Nuggy Land characters love you so much, and we'll see you all in tomorrow's video.